Vince McMahon. This evening, brought to you in part by the only jeans that shrink to fit you and you alone. Levi's Buttonfly 501 Blues. And Castrol, the oil engineer for today's smaller, higher revving engine. This is Lord Alfred Hayes inviting you to join Vince and his guests. Bobby Heenan, Ken Patera, Big John Studd, Nikolai Volkoff, the Iron Sheik, Fred Blassie, Wendi Richter, and Sara the Soothsayer. And now, here's your host, Vince McMahon.
Thank you very much, and welcome to TNT. You didn't hurt yourself through all that, did you?
Nearly. I had a few tongue twisters there.
To join us, ladies and gentlemen, right off the bat, we'll be joined by Bobby the Brain Heenan, Ken Patera, and huge giant like Big John Studd. Seat, if you would, over there, Mr. Patera. A little jaw-jacking with, that is, yes, very, very impressive. Bobby the Brain Heenan, right in the middle, literally, of two of the most impressive athletes in any professional athletic endeavor. It must make you feel very proud.
Makes me feel very, very comfortable.
Beg your pardon?
Makes me feel very comfortable. Financially, spiritually, and just everything that goes along with my family of John Studd and Ken Patera.
Now, Big John, you have there a fistful of dollars, fistful of $100 bills, I believe, do you not?
$15,000 to be exact. Plus, let's not leave out the bag full of hair. Hey, Vince, I got a trivia question for you. Where'd this hair come from?
Yeah, obviously, that would probably be the hair of Andre the Giant, in which you and Mr. Heenan and Ken Patera were instrumental in, well, something that was perhaps one of the worst despicable actions ever in the World Wrestling Federation history, and what you attempted to do, but I believe failed in doing, with one Andre the Giant.
You are right. Now, what's his prize, Bob?
Well, what's going to happen is, the first time in the history of professional wrestling, this Wrestling Mania is bigger than the Super Bowl. It's bigger than the World Series. It's the biggest thing that's ever happened in professional wrestling, and we're part of it. And we're not only going to go out there and pin the Giant's shoulders to the mat, but we're going to keep that $15,000.
All right, let's take you now to some footage, and I'm sure many of you will recall. Let's go to the videotape.
It's a tag team event scheduled for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing first, from Portland, Oregon, weighing 267 pounds, recognized as one of the strongest men in the world today, Ken Patera. His partner from Los Angeles, California, weighing 373 pounds, Big John Studd. And their opponents from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, weighing 238 pounds, SD Special Delivery Jones. And from Grenoble in the French Alps, weighing 477 pounds, the eighth wonder of the world, Andre the Giant.
This is going to be an extraordinary matchup. Andre and SD Jones pitting their collective skills against two of the strongest, not just one, two of the strongest men in the world today, let alone professional wrestling. Big John Studd recently, unofficially, breaking the world bench press mark, and Ken Patera, officially, the first human being to ever military press 500 pounds. Together, Bruno, this combination, at least on paper, figures to be awesome.
They have to be awesome, but it's interesting because to demonstrate that strength against the likes of Andre, this is what I want to see. Against SD Jones, who I have a lot of respect for, terrific wrestler, they can perhaps show their strength with SD Jones, even though he's very strong in his own right. But against Andre, this is what I want to see when he gets in the ring.
The Brain looking on. Bobby the Brain Heenan, manager of Patera and Studd. Over now, SD right back at him. Arm drag, nice maneuver on the part of SD. That was nicely done.
Yes, it was. He hooked Patera's arm and took him on a sort of a drag.
Oh my, the tag is made, and here comes Andre the Giant. Patera wanted to a headbutt by Andre. Andre working on the arm, another headbutt. Patera not faring all that well at the moment. Frequent tag. Andre and SD have spent a lot of time as of late teaming up. SD looking very good for himself.
He looks very, very good, but when Andre came in, he really got Patera, and he did a pretty good number on his arm, and now wisely, SD Jones came in and took right over with that, although now he just got caught with slammed right on Patera's knee, and he tagged Studd, who comes in for the first time, and here he is delivering a big blow, and now both of them ganging up on SD Jones, and Studd got a hold of him now, and SD Jones looks like he's hurt.
Well, this, of course, is what Andre and SD earlier on were doing to Ken Patera, which is a thing to do in tag teams. Oh, my. Keep one of your opponents from tagging his partner.
Absolutely.
Frequent tag and letting SD get away. That's Big John steps in. Studd's already tagged out. Oh, look at Andre. Almost caught him in the right hand.
But I'm afraid SD is hurt right now. He's taking some hard blows, and he's really stunned. And you see what they're doing. They're going to try to keep him in that ring, perhaps trying to defeat him so he won't get Andre in the ring again.
SD now, whip to the ropes, headed off. Oh, wow, with a kick to the chest. Patera telegraphed the back body drop. Oh, no. Patera missing. Oh, look at that. SD, just hit his head right in. Oh, my goodness. Ken Patera threw SD Jones out all the way. Patera striking SD so hard he went all the way out. But now, Andre backing into Patera. No. Oh, Patera wisely moving the knee up. Ken Patera going from the top rope down across the back of the head of Andre. Patera hammering away on the back of the neck. Full Nelson. Ken Patera, look at this, double team effort. Both men hammering on Andre the Giant. Oh, no. They got him up. An unbelievable slam. A double slam by Patera and Studd. Look at this, one after the other. Hammering away. Unbelievable. Patera now backing up. What's he doing? From the rope down into Andre the Giant. Drops the elbow. Double team, blatant double team effort. The referee finally, I think, has disqualified Patera and Studd, but unfortunately, Andre the Giant is taking a brutal beating from Studd and Ken Patera. Never have ever seen Andre the Giant down like this before. Never. What are they doing now?
He is hurt, Vince. Well, they both been in the ring, ganging up on him, both delivering their biggest blows, and Andre's there by himself.
Andre is out. Oh no! Oh, this is humiliation. This is sheer humiliation.
Cutting his hair.
This should not happen to any athlete. Andre is unconscious. He's being held up literally by Patera. And Studd continues to rape. Studd and Patera rape the dignity of Andre the Giant, who has been recognized as one of the greatest athletes of all time. And Heenan keeping SD away, and Studd and Ken Patera continue to rape Andre the Giant's dignity. Look what they're doing to this man.
I can't believe it that nothing's happened to stop this. This is ridiculous. They won't stop. Look at this, both of them.
Oh my, no.
Oh my.
A nightmare. A complete nightmare.
My goodness.
This is one of the most despicable displays of conduct in the history of the World Wrestling Federation.
Better and better every time we see it, you know.
I love it.
Let's run it by one more time. I want to look at it one more time.
Certainly not a humorous moment in professional wrestling, and perhaps accurately described as the attempt of raping of a giant's dignity. And I say attempt because it did not happen, much to Andre's credit. Right after that incident, Andre then began to train as never before, for one specific purpose. I don't think we've ever seen Andre the Giant so enraged in all his life. He has something in mind, Big John Studd, Bobby Heenan, Ken Patera, of what he very much would like to do to attempt maybe to reach back and maybe gain a little revenge.
Revenge is what he wants, and revenge is something he's going to find it's going to be hard to get. You know, we're so confident that we have the $15,000. Hey, Andrea, if you slam me, there's $15,000. And if even you're a bigger man,
all right,
you'll come and get this bag of hair that came from your head.
Speaking of hair, let's take you now to another piece of videotape, compliments of this threesome. Let's take you now to another hair-cutting incident.
Yeah, he feels...
Andre, you're not strength.
No,
Are you losing strength?
petrified.
Are you losing strength? Do you feel...
Oh, don't be afraid. We're not gonna.
Keep your eyes shut.
We're not gonna do anything. Oh, I almost got your ear there. Here, let me go around it here.
Poor man. I've never seen a haircut like this ever.
Hey, it's not done yet. Do you mind? You know, don't form any opinions until you see the finished product here.
You know, look how gentle Kenny is. I mean, there's a world's strongest man right there. Ken Patera, 500 and some pounds over his head, and he's handling him like he's handling a baby.
Straighten the beard out a little bit, John. Okay, come on. Straighten the beard out.
Come on. Wait, no.
Oh, wait a minute. Easy on the man's neck.
All right.
We're going to leave a little here. Oh, here, I'll get this side. Okay.
All right. Ooh, I see a little blood here, man.
What?
I see a little blood. I see a little blood.
I see some more lice here.
Oh, no, they all checked out.
I'll tell you, Andre, you're a very fortunate individual to come to us at this moment. Otherwise,
like Jesse, the body look right here, huh?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Jesse, the body's going to be envious of this.
Man, he's gonna want us to do his hair next.
What do you think, Andre? I'll tell you, you had a lot of lice infestation here and fleas.
A lot of what? Fleas?
Oh, yeah, fleas and lice.
Wait, you know what? I'm not kidding.
No, leave this here.
Improvement, man.
Ventura would really beat you.
This is really improvement.
I'm sorry. I didn't.
Here,
Hold on.
Turn it on. Just put your
This
head back
is
here.
really... Just hold on, Bobby. Hold on, man. I'm giving him a
Let's scoot the
style.
chair back over here a little bit. Can you move this chair?
Hold on.
Okay, now, Andre, we're going to get you watered down here.
Wait a minute.
So we get some shampoo. Well, as necessary for the shampoo.
We want to get that here. There.
Okay. How's that, John?
Some water on, just a little water.
Okay.
What do you do to water? What do you
Ready,
mean?
John?
Just a little water. Just a little water. Not much, Ken. Just a little water.
Just a little water?
Yeah, just a little water. Okay, that's enough. That's enough for right now. Okay, now I need some shampoo here.
Here, Andre, we'll
Poor man! Get that side there.
Oh, no! What are you doing? Oh, come on!
Wasn't that great?
You gentlemen have a rather unusual sense of humor, I'd say.
You didn't enjoy that?
I'm sure
We
that
saved that man from flea festation, lice, all kinds of
that man
little critters were
volunteered.
jumping out of
He
his head.
volunteered, as a matter of fact. Allegedly, Mr. Heenan was going to display some of his talents in terms of hairstyling. That is not what we saw, obviously.
Have you seen the guy since?
No, as a matter of
Well,
fact.
he's probably out dating some of the most beautiful women in the world now. Now that I got
don't
him
think
looking
so.
decent.
We'll be back with more TNT and a further word with the awesome threesome. Stay with us. Back with more TNT. Recently, ladies and gentlemen, Roddy Piper, I think inadvertently, sort of entrapped Bobby the Brain Heenan because in this, well, I guess maybe the figure had been building. I think he started out with $5,000, Big John Studd, and then went to
Actually started with
$5,500.
$1,000 and we added to it, added to it.
But in any event, we would never see any of the cash when you came to the ring. We would not see the cash, but kind of backed into it. Let's take you now to Roddy Piper in Piper's Pit.
Of course, Ken Patera, the world's strongest man. John Studd, the real giant of professional wrestling, and the brains, Bobby Heenan. Of course, that's Ace. I would like you folks to know what a privilege it is to sit down here beside you because I have watched you humiliate Andre the so-called giant, make him look like a complete imbecile. I watched you And without, in my mind, without a shadow of a doubt, and if it's in my mind, it's right, you are definitely the strongest man I have ever seen in my entire life.
Thank you very much for the compliment.
It's the truth.
Yes, it is. And everybody out there knows because they saw me in the Olympic Games, the Pan American Games. I approve of myself. I have all the credentials.
And you are definitely the giant. There's no doubt about it. You proved it.
That's right, the giant with long, beautiful blonde hair.
You know, the only thing is, and you are the brain. You put it together. The only thing that I hear from wrestling fans and from people around the world is you have a $15,000 challenge for anybody wrestler that could slam John Studd inside the ring. And what people are saying is you are not bringing the $15,000 in cash to the ring when it comes time for the competition. So in other words, you're not bringing the $15,000. I know that you would every night, you would bring $15,000. So I'm going to guarantee you people right now, he will bring $15,000 in cash every night to every arena for the body slam contest. I guarantee it because they're my friends. So it's as simple as that. Let me, ladies and gentlemen, what a pleasure it's been to be with you. I'd like to thank you. You're going to see $15,000 cash. Goodbye.
What do you do? There's a reason we don't bring $15,000 to the ring, John. We don't bring it all the time, Roddy.
Well, indeed, Mr. Heenan, you don't bring it all the time, but you will be bringing it to Madison Square Garden, and imagine that if you would, as Big John Studd flashes the green about. Madison Square Garden, 25,000, jam-packing the building. Imagine if you would, another million watching by way of closed circuit throughout the United States and Canada, and in untold millions watching by way of satellite from the foreign countries. And you walk into the ring, as you now will have to walk into the ring, with $15,000 in cash in the plastic bag, knowing that that's at stake. And indeed at stake as well the integrity of the physical credentials of Big John Studd. And I'll tell you, Mr. Heenan, Andre the Giant will be ready for this event as he has never been ready before.
What do you think's gonna happen? You think we're just gonna sit back, maybe the night before, go out and have 7 or 8 pizzas, 2 or 3 cases of beer and just lay back and do nothing? Don't you think we're prepared for this? There's reasons we didn't bring the $15,000 to the rings a lot of times. There's a lot of reasons. I have reasons I do things. It's nobody's business. But like you said, in Madison Square Garden, I will bring $15,000 to the ring. And history's gonna be made that night. Everybody who buys a ticket or watches this, they're gonna be part of history. Because you're gonna see once and for all who the real giant is. And Andre the Giant is not the man he wants you people to believe he is. He will not slam John Studd. He will not walk out of that ring with $15,000. I will be at ringside. I'm negotiating right now to make sure Ken Patera can be at ringside with me.
Ken Patera at ringside with you?
Yes, just so this man here gets a fair shake. And one thing I'll guarantee you is gonna happen. The Giant's shoulders are gonna be pressed to that mat. 1, 2, 3. Courtesy of this man.
And he's gonna be slammed, McMahon. Do you know, Andre, if you think that I'm gonna take $15,000 of money that we worked so hard for and just hand it over, no way, Jack. The reason I have the money in the first place is to make the wrestlers work for their money. You're gonna have the seat of $15,000 and you're gonna see this bag of hair. And if you want one or both of them, you're gonna have to pick me up and slam me. And that's something that nobody has done yet, not even you, Andrea.
And
I'm the giant.
At match time, this man will be, and I'll guarantee it, over 400 pounds. So that's something to think about, Giant.
Perhaps wrestling history being made in Madison Square Garden as we'll view it, no doubt, for all the way from coast to coast by way of closed circuit. We thank you for joining us. We'll be back with more TNT. Earlier on, Big John Studd, Bobby the Brain Heenan, and Ken Patera were alluding to the event to take place on March 31st. Well, no doubt they're training as they should be training, especially for this event, because Andre the Giant will be at a peak as never before. And likewise, at a peak as never before. As a matter of fact, for the very first time joining forces will be the World Wrestling Federation champion Hulk Hogan and his tag team partner MR.T, who readied themselves to face Paul Orndorff and Roddy Piper. And they have really, both forces, but especially Hulk and T, I think, been training especially hard. Alfred?
Hulk Hogan has been noted for training other people. With Mr. T, all he had to do was work on that street fighting style, and he had the finished product. What a shock they're going to be for Piper and Orndorff.
All right, let's go now to a special training piece courtesy of Hulk Hogan and Mr. T. Let's take you to the videotape.
All right, I understand this is where Hulk Hogan, and Mr. T are preparing for their big upcoming bout at Madison Square Garden against none other than Roddy Piper and Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff. In the corner of Piper and Orndorff will be Cowboy Bob Orton. In the corner of the Hulk and Mr. T will be none other than Jimmy Superfly Snuka himself. Oh, good word. These are tough. I can imagine what kind of a training session. I can't believe that. If they've been working on these, I guarantee you it will be something else. Oh, I see him. Come along. If we can. Hulk Hogan, what do you got going up here? Come on, join us if you... Oh, what in the world? What happened here? Hulk, ladies and gentlemen, you just saw it. The intensity of these workouts must be absolutely second to none. They have got to be superb. Hulk, has he knocked that man out? Mr. T, come here.
I've been having to
please.
These guys to come down here, and every time...
I don't know if you can overhear Hulk Hogan or not.
You think it's Orndorff or Piper? You keep dropping them.
Listen to this.
Work out with you, man.
Right now, the intensity of the training is certainly getting to both Hulk Hogan and Mr. T. How is this man, Hulk?
He's gonna be all right.
Hulk, okay. How many of these guys have you got?
Hey, 11 guys this week. I've had to search this whole LA area trying to find people to work out with this maniac. You know, when he told me about street fighting, I didn't know you were gonna get so excited and take all these cheap shots.
Man, look at it, I'm ready, man. I'm getting ready. And me and Gene, get out here with that microphone. This ain't no joke, man. On the A-team, I'll be acting. This is real stuff, man. Wrestling, biting, stretching, knee drops, everything. I ain't got nothing to say, man.
All these guys were trying to help you, man. You can't.
Man, I don't care, man. I'm finished with this. Get that microphone out of my face.
Hey,
please.
You know,
a
the thing
little
is,
courtesy.
Hey, when I got this guy for a partner, man, I told him about the combat zone, but I didn't know this guerrilla warfare and the thing with the street fighting. He's over the edge, man. He's knocking him out left and right. He's a maniac. You know that?
Is he ever? I can't believe it. How many guys has he gone?
11 guys this week. I've had to dish some money out of my own pocket, and every time I get him in here, try to get him to stick and move and work out, he keeps knocking them out.
Well, I'll tell you what, I don't know if you want to change whatever you're doing for this man, because as you know, Hulk, that psych is so important.
Well, the thing is, man, he's definitely got the eye of the tiger, man. The psych is there, and just like he didn't want to talk to you now, he doesn't mess around now in Madison Square Garden. He ain't gonna be messing around there either.
Oh, if that is the case, what a night, ladies and gentlemen. From the Main Street Gym in downtown Los Angeles, this is Mean Gene Okerlund. Really?
Yes, indeed, really. And you can bet that Mr. T and Hulk Hogan are training as, I can't believe it.
Oh, keeps getting men in, and he keeps knocking them out.
Together, they are going to be an awesome force to take nothing away from Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff, one of the premier athletes in professional sport today, combined with the cunning efforts of Roddy Piper. And, of course, at their side will be Cowboy Bob Orton and Superfly Snuka, looking out for Hulk Hogan and Mr. T. We're going to be following that in weeks to come, a special training sessions with actually all of them. And by the way, we're going to have with us when we return the former ladies champion, Wendi Richter. Stay with us, more TNT to come. Join us now, ladies and gentlemen, a lady who's had a little bit of a hard luck as of late. As a matter of fact, in Madison Square Garden recently, there was a tremendous upset. Wendi Richter lost the ladies' championship to Leilani Kai, who was led to the ring by the fabulous Moolah. And, of course, Miss Moolah, a former champion holding the title longer than any other title holder, I think, not only in wrestling, but any other champion in any sport. In any event, it was quite a surprise to see Miss Moolah leading Leilani Kai, the #1 challenger, to the Garden. Even more of a surprise to everyone when Leilani Kai won the title. To introduce you now, ladies and gentlemen, to the lady looking forward to a rematch set for March 31st. Would you please welcome the former champion, Miss Wendi Richter. goodness, Alfred, you could let her go. I mean, she is a guest. Please.
I always wanted to kiss the Lord.
Yes.
And I didn't want to let her go.
What about the rematch? I would think that last week we had as our guest Moolah and Leilani Kai.
I watched her on TNT, and her interview is just like every other interview. All she did was knock everyone but herself. Same as her wrestling matches. If you've seen one, you've seen them all. All she does is cheat and run.
Now, in that match, it seemed to me that in the match in Madison Square Garden, when you were defending your title, at one point, from our vantage point, we could see Moolah with her hands literally around the throat of...
I know it, and when I seen that, I just dropped everything, because I knew she wanted to end Cyndi Lauper's singing career, just like she'd like to end my wrestling career, so I had to go over there and help her. Cindy's not a professional wrestler. She doesn't even weigh 100 pounds. She's around 5'2", just a frail lady, you know? And I knew she wanted just to tear her esophagus out if she could and end her singing career.
How is her throat? Is it all right? Or?
Well, it was bruised and everything, and I'm sure that hampered some of her work on her record, but she's better now.
What about you? Looking forward, no doubt, to the rematch.
Oh, yeah. As far as I'm concerned, that match is not over. This is just going to be the second round. Leilani Kai did not beat me. Moolah punched me, and I was like knocked out, stunned on my feet, and she just rolled me up.
All right, let's take you to an interview that happened right after the loss of the title.
Wendi Richter once again to meet Leilani Kai. This time, I might add Cyndi Lauper as manager for Wendi. She is going to be a challenger and not a champion.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, Mean Gene. First of all, Leilani Kai could have never won unless Moolah double-teamed. And let me tell you something. Leilani Kai and Moolah don't have half the talent that this, especially Leilani Kai. And Moolah, she's been punched too many times in the head. Let me tell you something, Moolah. You better have your stuff together because you know girls just want to have fun.
That's
well,
right.
This girl wants to have fun, and that girl just wants to have fun.
What
and
about
we're going to have fun all over you.
Wendi Richter, your thoughts on all of this?
It took two of them, Gene. When I seen Moolah wringing Cindy's neck, it only takes 8 pounds of pressure to break someone's bone.
That's all right, Wendy.
And she's
I
a
can
rock
take it.
star.
I
She
can take
needs
it.
her
Don't
throat
worry
to
about
sing
it.
with, right?
Oh.
I came out there, Moolah punched me in the jaw, and before I knew it, Leilani had rolled me up. But it took two of them. So, Leilani Kai, you better be on your toes and
Get
train
ready.
hard,
Ladies and
'cause I'm
gentlemen,
gonna
it's
be
called
all over
WrestleMania.
you.
Leilani Kai is champion to beat her. Wendi Richter, don't miss it.
Well, now, obviously you two are really getting yourself together. How much dedication would you say? I'm sure extraordinary amounts of dedication are in store for you and Cyndi, trying to get it to bring it all back together in your attempt to regain the title.
Well, that's how I got where I am right now, through dedication, drive, and the love of the sport. Moolah, I don't think she loves the sport. That's why her name is Moolah. She just wants the money and everything. But I love wrestling, and that's what I want to do out in the ring. If Moolah wants another match with me, I'll wrestle her anywhere, anytime. But I don't want her interfering in my matches. Cyndi Lauper did nothing to Moolah. She said turnabout's fair play last week on TNT. Well, she had her manager, a man that weighs around 300 pounds, try to hit me, and if I wouldn't have ducked, she'd have kept the belt that way that time by the man hitting me, right? So Cyndi didn't want to hit at her. I'm saying Cyndi, hit her. She wouldn't do it the first time. But the second time she did, she looked at the people, and the people were behind her, and that's why she did it.
All right, now, we have heard from Moolah last week, as you very well know, and Moolah apparently looks forward to the opportunity of leading Leilani Kai into the ring, and apparently Moolah feels that she's going to finish the job on Cyndi in terms of going for the throat.
Well, Moolah's just so eat up with envy and jealousy and all. Cyndi Lauper's a rock star. She's a beautiful woman and everything, and Moolah's seen her day. They couldn't even put her face on a can of dog food to sell it, and she knows it.
Goodness. Oh, my goodness. Well, notwithstanding looks, obviously one of the things that we're going to wish you well on is your attempt to regain the championship from Leilani Kai, whom we're told has all kinds of athletic credentials. It is not going to be easy whatsoever, and I'm sure you're going to be up for the task.
Well, I'm going to do more than attempt it. I've got a positive attitude. I did not lose the belt to Leilani Kai. It took two of them. It was more or less a handicap match. I got a positive attitude, and that's how I won it the first time. And Cindy's going to be there, and what she did to her is not going to happen again.
I thank you very much for joining us. Best of luck on the 31st. We'll be back with more TNT. Stay with us. Again, the rather unusual setting here on TNT. And last week, Sara the Soothsayer, our resident soothsayer here on TNT, attempting to be somewhat of a visionary and predict the outcome of the tag team matchup with Piper Orndorff against Mr. T and Hulk Hogan. And we would ask you, if you would, to call upon the spirits, I guess, and try and give us a little more insight.
Come to me, spirits. Come to me, spirits. Come.
I think they're here.
God. Clearly I can see. It's Roddy Piper. He has Mr. T in a hammerlock. It's action all the way. He's up against the ropes. Oh dear. Oh no, there goes Roddy. He's just fine. The tag is in. Here comes the Hulk. He's a little bit hard for Roddy to handle, but I think, a body slam.
Don't doubt it, but that smell.
Oh, wait, here comes another tag. I can't...
Is Orndorff in there anywhere?
Quite, yes, that was the tag, yes. Here comes Paul. Oh, Paul is raring to... Oh, wait, he's got him in a toehold, though. Paul is having a very difficult time. His shoulders are on the floor. The count, 1, 2. Whose shoulders are those? I can't quite see. Whose shoulder? Oh, it's no use. The spirits have faded.
You don't know whose shoulders were on the canvas?
I can't see.
Sarah having problems again this week. We'll be back with more TNT, and no doubt Nikolai Volkoff will join us, along with a whole bunch more. The Iron Sheik, Freddie, Blassie, and more. Sarah, you got to keep on trying. Back with more TNT, and for the benefit of those of you who'd like to drop us a line, as you know, we wholeheartedly encourage you to do so. And many of you last week wrote in and asked Lord Alfred Hayes a lot of private questions, and hopefully, Lord, you'll be able to get around to answering some of those.
A lot of them I did answer, but some of the private questions I couldn't.
Some of the remarks were relatively lewd, were they not?
Were, weren't they? Gosh, I showed you that one about the Queen, didn't I? No.
Yes, as a matter of fact, you did. But for the benefit of those who'd like to drop us a line, we encourage you to do so by simply writing to TNT, P.O. Box 1538, Greenwich, Connecticut, 06830. In a moment, ladies and gentlemen, our guest will be the Iron Sheik, along with Nikolai Volkoff, managed, of course, by Mr. Freddie Blassie. Would you welcome them, please? That was for you, I think, Mr. Blassie. Nonetheless, you have your hands full these days, don't you?
You mean by managing the uncrowned World Tag Team Champions?
Absolutely.
I don't have my hands full. Greatest tag team in the history of wrestling. I've never dealt with nicer people in all my life than Nikolai Volkoff and the Iron Sheik. Real gentlemen.
Well, in a non-title event, I think you proved that, yes, you are worthy of contention. There's no doubt of that. But as you know, the big one's coming up on the 31st. And for all the marbles, Freddie Blassie, have you ever managed tag team champions before?
You're going to start the same thing like you did before. You kept saying you never managed a world title holder. You never managed a world... Now you're on with tag teams. The man won the world title, and I'm going to have the World Tag Team Champions.
Lou Albano has managed, I think it's 15.
I could care less about that fat puss-cut Lou Albano.
Mr. Blassie.
That's right.
We're on television.
I don't care. I still think he's a big fat belly idiot. A hypocrite. A double-crosser. That's what he is. Have you seen him lately?
No, I don't think... Well,
a movie actor. Can you imagine that? He thinks he's a Rudolph Valentino or something. Walks around telling everybody I'm a movie star. You don't believe it? Ask him.
Well, certainly one of the things he has done is led Rotundo and Wyndham to the Tag Team Championship.
They're disgusting, too.
Are they? All right, let's take you now, ladies and gentlemen, by way of videotape to a non-title matchup. We'll join it in progress. It'll be Nikolai Volkoff and the Iron Sheik against Barry Windham and Mike Rotundo, and you will see the result of this. Let's take you now to the videotape with Freddie Blassie's twosome.
At this time, allow me to introduce the manager, the Hollywood Fashion Plate Classy, Fred Blassie. This tag team match is scheduled for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. In the ring at this time, first from Russia, weighing 313 pounds, Nikolai Volkoff. And his partner from Tehran, Iran, at 258 pounds, the Iron Sheik. Their opponents from Sweetwater, Texas, weighing 240 pounds, Barry Windham. And from Syracuse, New York, 238 pounds, Mike Rotundo. Ladies and gentlemen, Nikolai Volkoff insists that you all rise and respect his singing of his country's anthem.
Well, not too much respect showed to Nikolai Volkoff. Look out from behind. Here we go. Volkoff. And the Iron Sheik hammering away. Watch out. Windham and Rotundo now. What? No. Nice reversal. Up goes the Sheik. Slam. Drop kick. Nikolai Volkoff outside. Now the Iron Sheik outside. Pandemonium has broken loose. And these two youngsters have really electrified this capacity crowd.
The Sheik and the Russian, they Pearl Harbor, Windham and Rotundo, but these guys are just showing what they're made out of because they came back like a ball of fire.
Very Windham, Mike Rotundo, an extraordinary tag team combination. And it did not look good for them just moments ago when from behind, as Bruno brought out, Volkoff and the Iron Sheik began the attack. But now, facing head-to-head now, it's going to be the Iron Sheik to start off things with Mike Rotundo. Sheik circling about, locking up now, going behind, nice maneuver, nice reversal. Over, look at the takedown by the Iron Sheik. Sheik now, off the rope, past the elbow, and misses. Rotundo scoops up the Iron Sheik, what a body slam. Tag is made, and from Sweetwater, Texas, Barry Windham with a forearm. Windham now in the rope, and a shove to the rope. Off he goes. No, the Iron Sheik dropped. Spins him around. Windham gets behind him, has him up. Whoa-ho-ho! And the big Russian now, that's a monster at 317 pounds, Nikolai Volkoff.
Windham is out-slugging. Let's look at this.
Volkoff trying to power his way through the match. Oh, missing with that roundhouse right. Back, no, look at that. Drop kick knocks him down. Another one. Barry Windham and Mike Rotundo holding their own, maybe doing more than holding their own. Shoulder block, the big powerful Russian pulls him over. Another one, no, on drag takedown there. Massive Volkoff backing Barry Windham to the corner, not the place to be with a big man like Volkoff. Missing with the right, on target, Barry Windham. Another one. Windham now trying to set him up, coming off the rope. No. Windham with more damage to the back now, thanks to Volkoff. Up, oh, no. Nikolai reaching over, tagging the Iron Sheik. The Sheik now on Barry Windham. Whips it to the ropes up, back by go. Elbow to the back of the head. Wonder trying to make a tag and does. Drop kick, what a drop kick that was. Rotundo sets him up. The Iron Sheik now to the ropes. Mike Rotundo has him up. Airplane spin. Drops him down. Rotundo covers. You get one. Oh no. Wyndham being ushered back, trying to make a tag. Yes, legally he does now. And they keep the Iron Sheik in there. What a match. Oh, look out. Here comes the Bulldog. Yes. Cover. One. Oh, Volkoff. Wait a minute. Volkoff. It looked like Volkoff intentionally struck the referee.
Pandemonium breaking loose in that special matchup. But now, as we said before, Mr. Blassie, things are different. We'll be from Madison Square Garden. There'll be over 1 million people watching this on closed-circuit television from coast to coast, notwithstanding the capacity crowd in Madison Square Garden. And almost single-handedly, they all will be rooting almost in unison for the combination of Wyndham and Rotundo to retain the Tag Team Championship, which they deservedly won not long ago.
A lot of people are going to be disappointed when they raise my tag team here, their hands in token of victory as the new World Tag Team Champions. And that's what's going to happen the 31st. Just mark my words.
All right, Iron Sheik, how do you see this?
Well, Mr. Vince McMahon, you know better than anybody. You've been around the world, you've been around the wrestling sport for many years. You know that the two young American men, Barry Mando and Mike Rotundo, I don't want to knock him down because they are young, they come from wrestling family, and then they beat Dickie Murdoch and then Adonis. But I just want to tell you something. Nikolai Volkoff is from a wrestling country, Moscow, Russia, and I'm from oldest country in the world, Persia. We don't have to talk about our background because I know you're an intelligent man. You grew up all yourself around the toughest sport in the world, wrestling sport. And then I think you know better than anybody, Nikolai Volkoff and myself, wrestling live training and day and night. And I think this time going to be completely different. Madison Square Garden and the city I come world heavyweight champion. Everybody know about it, and I think we deserve it to be a tag team champion again. Inshallah, Allahu Akbar, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad.
All right, Nikolai Volkoff, what will this mean to your career should you become a co-holder of the tag team championship?
I believe, not I should be, I believe I deserve to be because I work very hard. I'm not like American athletes going to bar a drink. I go to the gym, I work out. If I need to 7 hours a day, 8 hours a day, because I come here to show Americans that we Russian athletes are the best. And if my new partner here is the only man I can trust in the United States to be my partner and tag team, we could take those bets with those two kids.
Mr. Blassie, perhaps Lady Luck will be
Cameraman, zoom the camera 1 second to that body. Take your shirt off, Nicola. Look at now. Mike Rotundo, we're not American. We are from oldest country in the world, Tehran, Iran. We're the country, thousand champion. Tahti, Habibi, Zandi, Moscow, Russia, Alexander Matin. Look at us. Look at us. Hey! Come on,
We'll be back with more TNT. Stay with us. Thank you, boys. Lord Alfred Hayes last week was letting us in on a little trivia known as a trivial, I don't know what it is, Lord Alfred Hayes. What is this you have going? Some sort of scam, no doubt.
The great wrestling trivia contest. Let me go from the back this time. Let me tell you, first of all, what the winning prize is. It's a trip to New York for 4 people. Accommodation for 3 days and 2 nights in a beautiful hotel. $500 cash spending money. 4 seats at a World Wrestling Federation matches in Madison Square Gardens, plus a guest appearance on TNT. In addition, there are also 100 T-shirts for runners-up. Now let me get back to the contest. There's 3 questions. We already asked 1 question last week. If you get the 3 questions right, you're going to be a winner. At least we hope you are to be the first one there. I'm going to ask another question because they only had one question last week. Another question this week, another question last week.
Pardon me, is this making any sense to you?
Yes, a lot of
Okay,
sense.
very good.
There's going to be 2 clues given. You'll have to stick with this because sometimes you're a little bit hard to get. There will be 2 clues given. To hell with the answers. The clues will be given on Sunday's All-American and wrestling and also Tuesday's Primetime Wrestling. So it's most essential that you listen to those clues.
Jesse Ventura is going to be giving clues.
Yes, he's very good at that, you know. He's very, very lucid.
What are the questions?
Okay, I'll come to the second question in a moment. After the third question, we're going to give you the address where to send the answers to. Okay, now, the first question was, what notable wrestler...
Excuse me, can I have a little drum roll, please? What was the first?
A recap on the first question from last week is, what notable wrestler or prominent wrestler sampled a hot dog on TNT? Okay, now this week's question. Question number 2. What 50s and 60s wrestler was the subject of a film made by the star of a TV series?
I wonder what bank of individuals. Is Freddie Blassie involved in this, or Bobby the Brain Heenan? Who's coming up with these questions? Jimmy Hart? I mean, who's...
Well, that is another clue. No, none of those.
None of those.
Some absolute genius must be coming up with these
No
trivia
doubt of
questions.
that. Next week on TNT, ladies and gentlemen, to join us, the one and the only, the most phenomenal athlete of this or any other generation. Say what you will about one of the all-time greats, Lou Gehrig in baseball or whatever. Ladies and gentlemen, Andre the Giant will headline the TNT show here next week, so we invite you to join Andre and a whole host of others.